parable of the lost sheep, a clue just came to me. Maybe now I have a clue. Sitting at various places throughout the city to be with my family, the homeless, to be there for them in the unlikely event that they might reach out and take my hand. Sitting by the Welcome Center in this incredibly resourced town. And I say that with some gladness and some warmth. I don't understand it. Material resources. But that may be because they don't know that they need to be giving their humanity directly, offering their humanity directly. A young native man, Christian, I'll say his name was, though it was not, approached the vehicle. I was up by the town's EV charger to understand what the rate fee might be and whether it's operational, and it seems to be. And Christian approached me, mid-20s maybe, native man, I am fairly certain. I'm not knowledgeable in these things, but native man, I'm fairly certain. Very articulate, polite from a position of strength. Curious about the vehicle in intelligent ways. Responding warmly from someplace deep within to what he was hearing about this mission, which I kept quite generic, out of respect, not knowing what his orientation might be, wanting to respect that. At some point, he commented genuinely and from a deep place, "Boy, James, that's deep." And I found myself responding instantly, "What an appropriate word." Gladly affirming his choice of words, I said, "What an appropriate word, deep." Because that's exactly where I've learned the answers are to be found. Deep inside us, where the Great Spirit is, what we have been carefully taught by our sick cultures to crucify, not the word I used, to crucify, so that we can become the possession, the object manipulated by our head and flesh. I wish I had been quite that articulate with Christian, but it was something like that I shared. Toward the end of our 15-minute encounter, where he was at sometimes very comfortable, very glad, and at other times, I think, on guard for reasons that wouldn't be hard for me to imagine. He apologized. The way he indicated the reason for the apology was going like this with his hand, signifying what he had been doing. He did not appear guilty. He did not appear glad with himself. But from a place of strength, he apologized. I indicated honestly I hadn't noticed anything. Hey, James, what about the lost sheep? You know, there's something problematic about the language of sheep as we understand it in the, what is this, the 21st century? The last century? The last century that humans will know as we extinguish ourselves. There's something problematic, I think, and inaccurate about the word sheep. It suggests weakness. It suggests lack of intelligence, at least to me it does. And that is certainly not what I saw in Christian. I saw a soldier. Toward the end, not that he should have cared, but I said, Christian, I see very few people in whom there's goodness. It breaks my heart. I devote my life to trying to help what goodness there is in people rehabilitate itself. But I see very few people in whom there's goodness. And I had to tell him honestly, Christian, I see goodness in you. I see much goodness in you. I think he was surprised. In a way, I was surprised. We hadn't spoken that long, but it was very clear to me throughout our exchange that I had reason to think that I was seeing goodness. I saw him several hours later with some sort of container of food in his hands. He noticed me, I waved, he acknowledged, not with great enthusiasm, but I can think of a number of healthy reasons why that might be, promising reasons why that might be. I stand by what I saw, I stand by what I said. I see any measure of goodness still alive in very few people past the age of 2 or 3. But I saw it in this young man. And it strengthens my passion, it strengthens my enthusiasm. For finding lost sheep, strong souls that are lost, and alive souls that are lost. Why? Why does it strengthen my resolve and passion and enthusiasm for finding them? Because I care about them? Yes, but that's not primary. This is a numbers game. This is a race to find, to recruit, to revitalize souls that we might effectively fight for a much larger number than ourselves. And I must add, as I find myself cringing here, oh, James, so you mean finding a soul for Jesus, bringing a soul to Jesus, bringing a soul to Christ. Oh my God, no. Oh my God, no. Jesus didn't care what it was called. He didn't. Those souls that he touched, like Zacchaeus when he was alive. Oh, I have saved you for Christ. I have saved you for the church. Oh my God. What physician, what nurse worth her title? Oh, I have saved you for God. I have helped save you. I have been an instrument to help save your life. And how much more, by a factor of 1 trillion, is the life of the soul than the life of the body? This young man still has life. And oh, if those like him can be found and helped to protect that life, what a gift. What a help it could be to the world.